Hey guys, good morning. Unfortunately, I do think Doggy is gonna be looking at a 7 cent soon, maybe. On the weekly candle, if we do close under 24 cents, roughly 25 cents this week, 6 days and 5 hours from now, you guys can actually see the time on the right hand side, that little yellow square or the rectangle. I do think that we're gonna be well underway at going back to 7 cents. On the monthly chart, we are showing signs of basically going on the downside. We are creating my reverse MACD is actually signaling a hey, if you're long on this position, start selling. Like if you're long on this stock, you better start selling right now. That's what it's basically triggering. The Stoke created a double top on what, February, and then again in May, and then it's been trickling down ever since and hasn't been recovered. So on the monthly, generally what happens is I think for Doggy, it doesn't have a big representation or a big historical move on the monthly chart. But again, on the weekly, it does look like, we're going to keep going down if we do close under 25 in the next weekend or so. So I think for right now, it's going to be a super important week just because, on the fact that I think that, Doggy might definitely close under 25 cents, which case it would drop it all the way down to 7 cents, or at least the probability of it going down to 7 cents would be extremely, extremely high. Even on the daily chart, you guys can see that this extra power on the bear side that came in just today. You guys can see it actually went back up, went back to 24/7, and it got rejected and it bounced down. So I do think that we're going to be headed towards the downside, especially with the daily kind of trickling down the 50 MA under the 200. As soon as that crosses over, I think we're definitely going to keep seeing a lower Doggy coin, and the trend is pretty consistent, right? You guys can see the trend on from recent relative highs, right? Relative highs like right here, all the way down. Like it's been pretty consistent on this level. It hasn't really broken towards the upside, and even when it had this massive drop, it didn't even break to the upside. It just kind of hit resistance. It kind of stayed on resistance here, trading sideways, and then guess what? It was about to break, and it just went to the downside. So I still think that I think that Doggy going down to 7 cents is going to be extremely, extremely probable. I would not be buying Doggy coin right now, especially I would only look at buying Doggy coin after what happens in 6 days. In 6 days, I do think we might actually end up closing under this 24/7 level, or this 24/8 level for Doggy and stuff. And I think that if we close under that resistance, I think we're basically gonna go. We're gonna go down from there. I think if we close under here, the next step for Doggy is basically just going down to 7 cents. I 100% think that. And then at that point, it's basically looking at July and July 31st as a whole and July the month to see if crypto actually closes bearish. Because you guys know that if July closes bearish for crypto, for Bitcoin, I do think we're going down to a 20K Bitcoin. And I think every single crypto is going to follow that direction. But again, Doggy coin closing under 24/8 is going to be a very, very, very big signal as to the direction of crypto and to the direction of Bitcoin. But again, we'll see what happens, because just from looking at the Stoke, looking at direction, looking at trend, it still looks like we're going to keep trailing down, honestly. And I think just like we had a massive dump back in the month of, the week of May 17th, I think we're going to see another candle like this. I think we're going to see another big candle kind of dump to the downside. I think if anything, we might create a candle going down, and then we might wick at the 7 cent mark. That's what I think might happen. You might see a huge candle, and then you might see it wick down here. So I would probably be buying at 7 cents. It might come back, maybe retest 24.9 and then drop back down, to be honest. I think that's what might happen. So I think at 7 cents, I might put in a big buy order, just because I think that a rebound from here might be extremely, extremely plausible. And then we just kind of run back to the upside and maybe retest back to 22 cents, 23 cents, something like that. But yeah, I do think Doggy's going to keep going down. And if we close in 6 days and 5 hours under that 24/8 resistance, I'm 90% sure we're going to go down to 7 cents. So unless some crazy thing happens in crypto, but all signs point to down. I'll see you guys later.